All-American quarterfinal. Parker Bone III with a slim lead on Sean Rash now, but Rash with a chance to take the lead right here. And Rash with the strike does just that, Randy.
Yeah, nice shot there. He got the opening from Parker's open frame in the fifth. I want you to take a look at this follow-through. See how short it is? Back in the day, man, we used to have these really long follow-throughs. Not anymore. That short follow-through, that snapping of the wrist, that's what creates all that power.
Sean Rash led the PBA Tour last season in earnings, average, and points, and that led to him being named the Player of the Year. Rash has found his game.
Boy, there it is again. It almost looks like he's cutting it off at the foul line, but that's the modern game of today. Take a look one more time at this short, abbreviated follow-through. That makes the ball dig in early, and that creates the perfect result.
4 in a row for Rash. Now Parker Bone III trying to get his game back.
Parker's follow-through more old school. You can tell it's a little longer, and thus creating a much straighter shot. See how much more of that hand goes over the top of the head. That's why Parker's more of a down and in player.
A 4-time winner of this event. Parker Bone III seemed to have lost his touch for just a couple of frames. He let Rash back in the match, and now Parker Bone in a horse race with Sean Rash. That left side has not been the happy side for Parker.
Well, right as it leaves his hand, the ball sounds like it bounces, and that's going to take hook potential off the bowling ball. And that's exactly what the ball did right there, just not enough to get up into the pocket.
And you can see Parker Bone III not happy about that. He has to clean this up, or he can pretty much kiss this match goodbye. Parker, oh, and he got the kick for the spare.
Yeah, that's a great break line because it sounded like he dropped that shot. He got the little love tap off the wall. I think this is what happened on his first shot and why the ball didn't hook. 3-pin goes to the sidewall, comes off, and nudges the 9-pin to avoid an open frame.
It seems like champions get those love taps more often than not.
Champions and guys that are really lucky.
Now Rash working on 4 in a row, and he's not going to make it a 5-bagger. He had a chance to put the hammer down there.
Yeah, he really did. I think he's a little surprised this ball didn't hook back up to the pocket. It looked like it was just a pinch fast.
Yeah, you might be right. You see him just slow down, take your time. Now Rash trying to clean up a mess. And Sean does just that.
You know, this is a point in the match where we've seen Sean time and time again get a little ahead of himself, get too amped up, start throwing balls through the back of the pin deck because he just gets outside of the box, starts thinking the wrong things, and just gets too amped.
Born in Alaska, makes his home in Montgomery, Illinois now for this 30-year-old current PBA Player of the Year. 5 PBA titles, 2 majors. Trying to keep the pressure on, and that 10-pin will stick.
Pretty good shot there, and the messenger came in front of the 10. Now, remember, don't get ahead of yourself. Step up, convert the single-pin spare, and maintain your 10-pin lead.
Saw a little nod of the head by Sean Rash. He's let that last bad shot go, and now he just got to work on converting this 10-pin. And Rash misses the 10, Randy.
We've seen it time and time again. Just a lack of concentration for Sean Rash, and it's cost him so many opportunities to win more titles out here.
Both of these players with opportunities to all but put their opponent away, but they keep opening the door. Rash knew that halfway down the lane. What was I doing? Now Parker Bone III with an opportunity. Oh, he leaves the 7.
Really good shot there.
It's a break for Rash.
Parker had a little issue there with the approach, but this ball ended up in a good spot. Spare conversion here. We are still tied with the 9th and 10th frame left to play.
So two great PBA pros battling here in the quarterfinals of the Round 1 Japan Cup. And we are all even after 8.
These two players both on the same staff. They have to work together when they're not competing together or against each other. And this match coming down to the wire.
Two good friends as well. Parker Bone III now trying to do all he can to put the heat on his buddy. Says hook. Didn't get there.
Light, light, light. Last 3 shots in a row on the left lane.
When you start missing on a particular lane, it gets in your head, doesn't it?
Well, I think that 2 out of the 3 were just bad shots. I think that was a pretty good shot there that never hooked. And it's hard to make an adjustment off of a bad shot, and that's why Parker's still going with the same ball and the same line on that lane.
All right, so Parker Bone with the 9 spare in the 9th. Now Rash with an opportunity. Neither one really able to rush through the door of opportunity to this point.
See if Rash can rebound from the brain cramp he had in the 8th frame when he missed a 10-pin.
Rash with a big ball when he needed it the most.
Yeah, and 2 more just like that on the left lane, and Sean Rash is going to shut out Parker Bone III.
Boy, Parker Bone III knows he had his opportunity. And now he's handed that opportunity to his good friend Sean Rash. Rash with the rock back and rocket forward. Another strike for Sean Rash.
You're right, Lon. Parker did have his opportunity, but the left lane got him. Now Sean Rash just 1 flush strike away from moving on.
Rash can seal it here. And now taking his time, calming himself down. The quarterfinals of this Round 1 Japan Cup. Rash with a chance to move forward. Now we've seen this before too. He just doesn't feel comfortable on the approach.
You know, we've seen this time and time again where there's so many things going through his mind, he doesn't get comfortable and he steps off. And I think that's part of the demons that he battles with on television.
Can Rash come through here? Yes, he can! That was a big moment of success for Sean Rash.
And with that hit, he seals the deal. He'll move on. And somehow Sean Rash was able to exercise his own mental demons on this shot. This ball's just a pinch light, and he gets the nice kick on the 10. And that will be all she wrote for Parker Bone III.
So Sean Rash defeating 4-time champion of this event, Parker Bone III. And as you mentioned, Rash will move through to the semifinals of the Round 1 Japan Cup. Coming up next, another quarterfinal match. We'll see one of the PBA's best, Osku Palermo, taking on Japanese bowling pro Takeshi Suda from Tokyo.